all of you, and congrats, David, on the nominations for SAG this time out.
Thank you. Thank you guys for this. Thank you for nominating me.
This was quite a season. But of course, David, let's start with you because they just watched, of course, the stunning end of season 3. And there is that moment, tears were shed, including in this audience, where, we just don't know what's happening with Hopper. But what did you feel like when you saw that script? What were your first reactions when you saw, oh, what's going on with Hopper?
I think it's a beautiful thing that the character does, and it's something that I've wanted from the very beginning of the series. Hopper could never protect his daughter. He was sort of a man of justice, He believes in fighting bad guys, and then he had a daughter who died of cancer when she was 5 years old, and there's no bad guy to fight. There was no sacrifice to make, and I don't think he knew how to live with that, and so he just slowly was killing himself for years. And then I always wanted him to make a big sacrifice, and I think what he does in that scene is so beautiful. I myself, I hate much of what I do, not only in the acting world, but in a lot of worlds, but certainly in the acting world. And I do really like that moment that I have with Winona. And I also, the double punch of that letter, which is just like, every time I watch the stupid thing, I've seen the show like 4 times or something, and every time, Joyce pulls out that letter and you're just like, no, he didn't write a letter, no way. So yeah, it's like, that script is so beautiful and so, beautiful to play. Like, so rarely as an actor, as everybody knows, gets work material like that. So it's so rich and wonderful. I was just blessed.
Yeah, you get to play the hero this season. There's a lot of comedic moments. You get to wear your Magnum PI Aloha shirt. There's a little something for everything for David Harbour this season.
Yeah, you get to see a shirtless, 265-pound David Harbour.
That is worth your Netflix subscription right there.
That's your $10
They're
monthly
plopping
right
out the
there.
head for that.
Yeah.
Well, Finn and Millie, let's talk about, so today on Twitter I asked, Stranger Things fans, what's your big question? What do you want to know about the show? And they all came back with #Milevin, which apparently is the couple name for Mike and Eleven. Did you know this, by the way, that you have a hashtag?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
It's been a while. It's been 3 years and still going strong.
Yeah.
We're aware. Yeah, we're very aware of it.
Well, you got to play some real fun moments as a couple this season.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that relationship and playing this sort of teenage love, both the highs and the lows of these characters.
Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah, I think it was really fun.
Yeah, the first moment of the table read, we were all, this big opening, huge budget, explosions with Russians, and it's like, cut to interior, like bedroom, day. Mike and Eleven sloppily make out on the bed. I'm like, what? How do you follow that with that?
I think it was just really, it was needed. I think this relationship's really blossomed, and I think he fell in love with her just for being a normal. Abnormal, young girl who's really going through it, and I think it's really fun to watch him go through it too. The awkward moments, the good moments.
Well, they're also trying to be as normal as possible. Like, that's what they think. It's like, oh, we're just good. It's all over. We're gonna have a normal summer and just make out, and that's what couples do. And
yeah.
It does not last long at all.
Absolutely not.
Because. Apparently,
I'm very angry.
Yeah, you're insane. You're an insane person.
Completely
insane. Which also was the best. And doing those scenes where you're screaming at a 14-year-old's face constantly.
I really like screaming at you. There's something really fun about it.
Therapeutic, maybe?
Yeah.
But not to mention, I think it was quite. It's obviously it's not easy. It's very. You've got to think about it. you're being told to put your head a little bit more to the right, or perk your lips more.
Oh,
Like,
the kissing. I thought you were talking about like
Oh, no,
yelling
no,
in the
oh, no,
face.
no, no. With
I was like,
David-
that's really easy. Look at my hair. Just scream that. It's really easy to make fun of me.
No, I think that David definitely enjoyed that. But I think that it was very difficult doing those scenes because you're trying to, match the lines with the scene itself, and it can be tough. We definitely rehearsed and tried to figure out the best way possible to make it comedic but also fun, and so it was tough, but we got there and it looked brilliant at the premiere. My dad loved it.
Sure he did. Well, my two favorite, I think, moments of this relationship is when Eleven says, "Mike, I dump your ass." But then the other one is when Eleven says, "Mike, I love you too." There's that touching sort of.
It's Millie Brown, yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely that. I think it was needed. You need her to separate herself.
My grandma told me when she was watching that scene, she went like this. Oh, good for her.
Right, Team 11.
Very cool, Grandma. Not on my side. How are you?
Yeah, you need to show her growth separately from him,
Yes.
and then bring them back together in the end. But you need to see her grow on her own, and that's what Max's character does, is brings out her individuality.